So we've been on a lot of cruises in the last year, Royal Caribbean and Disney. So which one is better? On one hand, you have Royal Caribbean, which we love. That's where we started. And then you have the other thing, which is Disney, which we obviously love too. So which one is better? Let's start with Royal Caribbean. Not all of you know this, but we have 8 kids altogether. That's a lot of people and a lot of kids to go on a cruise together and all have fun. Even though we've been on both Royal Caribbean, we've been on more because it's cheaper. But don't get too excited because cheaper does not always mean worse. Sometimes cheaper is better, especially if the reason you're going is to have fun and spend the time with your family or just by yourself. Cheaper also means you can do things off the boat, like doing excursions, because when you go on a cruise, you don't just spend time on the boat. You actually go to ports where you can go to excursions, which range from scuba diving to snorkeling to off-road adventures. Anything your mind can imagine, you can probably do on an excursion. Cheaper could also mean being able to buy more packages, like on the Royal Caribbean, they have drink packages, which if you're a big drinker, you can buy a drink package and drink the whole cruise and not have to pay for anything except for the package up front. What that also means is if you feel like doing any fancy dining experiences, you have more money to do that with as well. Now, Royal Caribbean, just because they're cheap does not mean that they're not good. I love Royal Caribbean because, again, we actually go on more Royal Caribbean cruises than Disney cruises. Their service is way above all the other cruise ships that we've been on. We've been on Norwegian and we've also been on Carnival. Not saying those boats are bad, but they're just not the right fit for us. And with any vacation, you have to pick what's best for you, not what's best for me or anybody else that you've seen reviews from or vlogs on or anything, because what I might enjoy, you might not enjoy. Just because I love Disney and Royal Caribbean, you might actually enjoy Carnival or Norwegian. That just depends on you and what you like to do. How do you pick the right one for you? Well, research. That's really what it's all about, is doing research. We do research pretty much anywhere we go, no matter if it's someplace we've been before or someplace new, because things always change, new things always come up, and I'd like to know what we're getting into. The next question is it just you and your significant other, or you and your family? Because again, each cruise line has different things that they do better than the other cruise lines, depending on who you're going with and what they enjoy. Like for instance, me and my family, we love service and we love shows. Those are the 2 main things that we look for in a cruise line. That's why we go with Royal Caribbean and Disney. Both of those have above and beyond service, and they also have great shows on the ships. And Disney in particular have a lot of Broadway style shows that they do. Royal Caribbean also has Broadway style shows, but they also have comedians and musicians and things like that, which we also enjoy, but some people don't enjoy it. Let's discuss why you shouldn't choose Disney. Well, do you like Disney? Because when you're on a Disney cruise, you're pretty much surrounded by Disney. You're also going to be surrounded by a lot of kids. So if you don't like kids, this is not the thing for you. If you're okay with both of those, kids and Disney, then Disney might be what's best for you. But again, I'm not going to choose, you choose. Another thing that I really like about Disney is the fact that there's no drink packages. You actually get all the sodas included in the price, which is kind of nice because you don't have to carry a cup with you like you do on Royal Caribbean. And I always forget my cup in the stateroom, and that's never fun. The downside to Disney is expensive. and not a lot of people want to pay that expense just to go on a cruise. But with that expense, you get a lot of things like great service. You get the drink package for sodas for free. You don't have to pay for that. You also get a great kids club that my kids absolutely love, that they can stay, that's open from early in the morning till about midnight or 1 o'clock, which on Royal Caribbean, that's not the case. They actually are closed throughout the day at different times, so we couldn't enjoy a dinner by ourselves on Royal Caribbean without bringing someone to watch the kids, because during dinner time, the kids club's closed. On Disney, the kids club's open. So we can feed our kids a little bit early outside of the actual dining place and then go to dinner ourselves while the kids are enjoying themselves at the kids club, the Oceaneers Club, while we're having fun by ourselves at dinner time. Another great thing about those kids clubs being open all the time pretty much is the fact that you have a lot of adult time. So even if you have kids, like I said, we have 8, all those kids are enjoying themselves on the boat while you can go do adult things like the shows, you can go drinking, you can go take a nap. You hear that? You can take a nap without having to be woken up by children. That's nice. Another crazy thing about the kids club is on Royal Caribbean, after dinner when they went to the kids club, they could only stay there until 10 o'clock or we had to pay extra. So if the shows that they had on the boat lasted until 10 or a little bit later, we either couldn't go or we had to bring the kids, which a lot of the shows on the Royal Caribbean boat they didn't enjoy. But with Disney, we actually didn't mind taking them to the shows because they loved the shows, because again, they're all surrounded by Disney characters and things like that. So they love the shows, and even after the show, they could still go in the kids club and we didn't have to pay anything extra. So with that, I leave it up to you and your family on which boats you decide to go on. And with each cruise line, they have different boats. So it's not just the cruise line you're picking, it's the boat you're picking, because some boats have things that other boats don't. Like Royal Caribbean, they have small boats, but they have big boats. They have the biggest boat in the world, for instance, that we were just on a few months ago, and we loved that boat because they had a lot better shows than the small boats. Now it's your time to choose which one is best for you. Let me know in the comments which one you like to go on, because we are always open to other cruise lines. We are not a one cruise line type of family. We will go try out different cruise lines. My sister and brother-in-law just went on an MSC cruise and they loved it on that cruise as well. We have not been on there, but they want to bring us on one of those cruises because they said the service was amazing. They also wanted to try a bigger boat. They were on one of the smaller boats. So again, each cruise is different because of the boat, not the actual cruise line. You could have a great time on a small boat compared to a little boat, because we were just on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas, which is one of their smaller boats. And before that, we were on Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas, which is the biggest boat in the world. And we actually liked the little boat's people and service a little bit better, just because it was more intimate and they remembered our names and they remembered what we wanted to drink and things like that, because they didn't have so many people that they were attending to. So when you choose what cruise you're going to, make sure you look at that specific boat. There are a ton of YouTube vlogs and tours and things like that that you can go on and watch to see which boat is best for you and your family, because again, each boat is different. So with that, I will leave it up to you to choose which one is best for you, and I will see you guys next time. Remember to love yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.